everyone. This week is a bit special for me. Obviously it's not gonna be a vlog. It's been a busy week and I've decided that this week I wanted to talk to you face to face. I didn't want to vlog my week. Not because I didn't want to share with you what I've been doing. It's more, I thought because I've had that 3 months period since I left the UK, that I should maybe talk to you. I've had like a fourth of my internship, and yeah, I felt like it was more appropriate to talk to you and kind of, for myself as well, reflect on what happened over the past 3 months. It's been an amazing 3 months, but I thought maybe we could get maybe a bit deeper into what I've been up to and how I'm feeling and all that. And I hope that for those of you who are considering doing an internship or a placement, or I don't know, anything abroad, that could help you to understand and help you make your decision, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be talking about tonight. I'm gonna be reflecting on those past 3 months. So I hope you'll enjoy, and let's get started. The topic I want to talk about is what were my goals over the past 3 months and what have been achieved, and obviously what I've learned from them and what I've learned working on all of those separate projects that are really different. And yeah, so one of my goals was to understand both departments I was going to be working in at first. So those are the Global Employee Relations Department and the Global Experience Office. So obviously my desk is situated in the Global Employees Relations Department, so a completely different building from the Global Experience Office. So I guess it was easier for me at first to pick up on all the operations and all the understanding the work that was done in Global Employees Relations, because I was obviously sitting there and getting to know the people that were working in those departments and learning about what they were doing. So I guess it was easier for me to understand one department rather than the other. But obviously I've learned along those 3 months what GEO is doing. I've been helping them with some events, student-facing events they have over the term. So that was like interesting. Obviously, as you all know from my videos, I've also been covering the front desk of career development. So even though that wasn't in my goals at first, it was obviously something we added along the way, understanding what is done in career development and what knowledge I needed to cover front desk. So obviously you learn about what the the career counselors can advise students on and all that. So it was like a good understanding for me to be able to answer students' queries, employers' queries, or anyone really that could call or come in the front desk. Obviously I've also been learning about, because my role implies global co-op development, so employers outreach and all that. So obviously I needed to understand what was the Northeastern Global Co-op model. Obviously my internship here is kind of like their co-op, except mine is 12 months and theirs is 6. But there's like difference in how they call domestic global co-op was similar to a global co-op, and how it was different at the same time. So to do that, I've kind of like been participating in phone calls and like employers visit on campus. I've been like involved in so many things that it really helped me to understand all of that. Obviously I wasn't involved as much as I wished I was involved with those because of the duty of the front desk. But I've definitely still been learning a lot from global co-op, and obviously I've organized the global co-op there, so now I have a completely deep understanding of that. Over the past couple of weeks, I guess, I've been representing the team on global co-op calls. So I've been in touch with employers and I've been organizing Skype calls and outreach. So I've been leading a couple of Skype calls we had with employers. Some were really successful, and Global Co-op were developed through that. We're still getting the job approved, but I'll get to that in a minute. So I've definitely been like representing the team and like been referring to other people in the departments to explain to employers how global co-ops were working for Northeastern, and I guess it definitely been developing some skills through that. I think that the skills I've been developing the most were communication skills. This both written and verbal, but I think verbal was the skill I've been developing the most, because obviously when you talk to employees at first it'll be through emails. I haven't done any like proper calls with them unless I was with a co-op coordinator here in Boston with Northeastern, but I guess it's more the writing skills I've developed, because obviously you want to make sure that you transfer every single type of information you've been giving to like colleges and all of that, so you need to make sure that you can be relied on for other people in the university, as it's really important for them to have like perfect job descriptions for their students. So it was a challenge I actually just started to get, is write job description. I guess once you have like all those employers' information, and if they don't have like already a specific job description for the position for Northeastern student, it's like getting like from everything they said what you think is the most appropriate and how you want to like communicate those to like co-op coordinators and all that. So I guess I've been working on that, and it's been truly a learning experience, because it needed to be time efficient and like proactive on my work, and be sure that I was I lost my word, but I think it was more make sure that everything was like direct and to the point and not on a broader scale. I guess skills I've learned, obviously gain understanding on like specific job functions around the university and who to direct questions to or queries to. So I guess I've been learning a lot. Another one of my goals, I guess, was to redesign the info session and be comfortable presenting to large group of students around the colleges and the university. So my the first part of that was to redesign info session. So that was like in July, so that was my first month. So I had to make sure that I understood what were the principles of global co-ops, what were expected of students, what was expected of students, while they were abroad, to be able to get them the first insight of global co-ops, because that was those info sessions are about. They're about giving a first insight about a global co-op, what they will be expected to do, like all those little things that we really need to make sure the students know at first, and then they can make up their minds and decide to do a global co-op or not. So that was the design part of it, and then be in contact with co-op coordinators around the colleges to make sure that they were happy with the info session. So it was a lot of back and forth through emails, make sure that, detail orientated. I needed to be really, really careful with like spelling, design, make sure it was consistent throughout the whole PowerPoint. So I gained skills in PowerPoint. I now can do a lot more on PowerPoint as well, but it's like learning all those skills and then apply them throughout your my projects, I guess. The other part was like talking to a large group of students. Have a thing about public speaking. If I don't know who I'm talking to, it's completely fine. If I know who I'm talking to, I get quite nervous because I feel more judged because people know me. So but regardless, that was really interesting. Students are really nice, really open, and they were quite interested because I was doing a sort of global co-op, as they say. So I could give like some insight of my experience, even though mine is in the States, so we didn't want to really emphasize that because we wanted to push them going abroad. But so that was really interesting, meeting new students and all that. So I've been participating in a couple of info sessions, leading some of them, and I'm going to still do that within the coming weeks, I believe. We still have a couple for some colleges because they have like shorter turnaround periods, I guess. So another big project I was given a couple of weeks in, actually really soon with my start, was to compile reports for trips that my boss or colleagues, depending on which, was gonna do over the coming term, so this fall. Our director of the department is actually in Thailand just now, or she's flying over to Thailand this weekend. And I've been compiling for her employers reports, and so I've been doing some employers research in some countries. So I've done Thailand, Vietnam, I've also done China, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, and I'm about to start one on India. So it's like I'm getting to learn a lot about my research skills, my writing skills, my organizational skills, because even though you can find like so many employers and so much information on the internet, it needs to be really specific. So you need to be organized in the fact that you need to know what they're looking for, what information they need, and how you need to present that to them so they can easily refer to it and then either go on their website and check the work I've been doing, or in some cases the employers I've looked up on LinkedIn actually added me on LinkedIn, so it's an open door for my colleagues, and it's easier for them afterwards to work and try to collaborate with them in the future. So that's been a really big project. I've really been enjoying it because I've been learning a lot about countries I would have never learned. Like, who would learn about the economy of, I don't know, India or Thailand? If you're not really interested in like working in Asia, you don't need to do all that reading and like research about the economy and the businesses and how it works and what are the strongest pillar industries. So I've learned a lot about all of those economies, how they work, and what's the main industries in those countries and all that. So it was really, really interesting. Obviously New Zealand, I have like a little bit of my heart there, but some family I know lives there, so always good to do some research on a country. I've always looked up on the internet saying it's a really good place, but know about the economy is a completely different topic, and I guess I've really been enjoying doing that, and it's something that I want to pursue, so yeah. I've also been doing a lot of event planning, and I'm gonna go straight into that. So event planning. One of the goals was learn the logistics of a large-scale university events. So for that goal, I was going to assist the Global Experience Office team with the study abroad fair and the global employers relation with the global co-op fair. So as it turned out, because I told my bosses that I had an interest in marketing and events, I've actually been in charge of one of those two events, and as you all know from my social media and previous video, I've actually been leading the Global Co-op Fair. So for that, I've created a nice how-to document because I was kind of handed that project with a small guide and a few numbers they had last year, and then it was a question of me trying to figure out how to book a room, how to contact students, how to design an invite, what food to order, how to post the events on different calendar on the university, how to do some outreach to other departments to see if they wanted to attend. So it was like a lot of hands-on, and that's what I've been really enjoying because I've learned a lot about myself and how I'm dealing with stress and how I need to rely on other people to do things because I didn't know, or because I'm only an intern, I didn't have all the rights to book certain rooms, and the room we needed, I actually had to ask my boss to help me through that because her name was needed for that because she had the credential to be able to do that and I didn't. So, but it was really, really interesting. So I guess for that goal, I've learned about communication and then presenting, like audiovisual presentation, because I had to do flip charts and Excel documents and budget planning and communication skill, because I was always on the phone, emailing, social media to promote the event, heads off to Lucas, no, thanks to Lucas who helped me share that on the Geo social media pages. So that was like being in touch with like different departments to have signs on campus, and then make sure those signs were properly designed and had the right information. And so it was like working with supervision but without supervision at the same time, and I was able to adapt to all those requirements and all this technical and specific information. So I'm really happy with the work I've done, and apparently the team was really happy as well. So it's good because I've listened to feedback and I've included the feedback in my work, and I feel that I've been learning for myself and learning from others, and learning from others is really important to me because they're all from a different culture, and it's a good learning experience, and that's why I came here, and that's why I'm enjoying my time here, I guess. And then I obviously assisted the Global Experience Office team with their study abroad fair a week before my fair, so I could see how they organized the event and how people were helping along the event. So it was really cool, and it was like a good warm-up, if I can say, for my fair, the one I was organizing afterwards. So yeah, that was really interesting. So obviously I had to become familiar with the numbers that were expected as well, because universities is a business in a way, so I had to make sure that I was aware of what was expected of the team and what was expected from the colleges on our side, so how much they wanted to have us develop jobs for their specific colleges. So I had to become familiar with all the colleges and all the departments and all that. So a lot of insight about the university and how big corporations work in the US. So I also had to become familiar with NU Carriers. So it's one of the systems that the university is using to track students' details and employers, job offers, career events, and all of those things. So yeah, it's been, because it's such a specific I don't know how to say it, it's such a specific website, so it's such a specific system, you need constant training. Like even just yesterday I've learned about a function about creating surveys on the website I had no idea about. Obviously it's about learning, you just go through the website once again and again and again, and then you just learn how to use it. So no, it's been a really good experience. So that's kind of all I've been doing. I've obviously been writing loads of reports and creating documents for the department, and like I'm obviously, as I explained I think in one of my videos already, I'm gonna be in charge in the coming months, so more for the next quarter of my internship, in charge of like a lot of marketing and video, and I'm really enjoying all of it things, so I'm really excited about that. Now on the cultural side of my internship, because I think it's important for me to share that as well with you guys. So in July, I'm not gonna lie, I was really homesick. I guess it was a shock to the system to actually be living in America. So I've never thought I would react like that, because I was living alone in Scotland already. But yeah, I was definitely missing home, missing my friends, missing my boyfriend, my parents and sister, and grandparents obviously. But it's been like, it's learning living in a different country again. I've learned about Boston, I've learned about America, I've learned about like cultural differences, and I've been loving it. Like it's hard to say it's nice here, but I don't know, it's such a specific experience and personal experience at the same time. I obviously was living with Americans for my first 2 months here, and they have like similar things that we do in the flat. They have different sorts of activities, so it's really wide and different. I guess like my first American experience in July was, we went whale watching, even though that's more for the region, because we're kind of close to Canada, so we have loads of whales through the Atlantic. So, and then it was like learning to get around Boston and know where the good places, the safe neighborhoods, and how to behave, and like how to not melt, because Boston is really, really warm in the summer. But yeah, no, it's been a great thing. And then obviously I've been going to the gym quite a lot. I've picked that up quite a bit this week and today, and probably I would definitely keep that up next week. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. And I've obviously, with the front desk, this might be coming to an end. We've been conducting interviews, so I've been participating in those as well. But more cultural side, what else have I been doing on the culture side? Been to a Red Sox game, been on a duck tour, so that's really specific to Boston, and the Red Sox is obviously one of Boston teams for baseball. So that was really enjoyable, learning about the rules. Don't mind me, but I was sitting next to a group of British guys that had no clue about baseball, and I had no clue as well. So I was kind of hoping to be sitting next to an American who could explain that to me throughout the game. We obviously had Rachel sitting with us, our income exchange coordinator, so that was good because she knew about baseball, so she could tell us. But yeah, a group of British guys drunk. Never miss home. They're coming to you. But yeah. So that was good. And what else have we been doing? We've been to Portland, so we've started to explore. Really excited. A special vlog next week for you guys. Just a tip. We're going to Washington, so you'll have a whole DC vlog next week, I believe. It might be just going up on Monday, but you'll definitely have a vlog about DC. So yeah, that's exciting. And then what else have we been doing? It feels like we have been doing so much, but I can't remember because I've been so busy. Let me go through my Instagram, because Instagram can tell me everything. What I've been up to. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Yeah, I'm just using my phone as a light as well. Instagram. So we've been discovering the North Shore of Boston. That was like one of our big things we did as well. We've also been like going in different places in Boston, and for the travel, that's kind of all we have done so far. Obviously more is to come, as we've only been here 3 months and traveling is expensive, and we had all the expenses for the flat here, so that was kind of stop us traveling more and doing more things. But I'm sure we'll have an amazing next couple of months. So thanks very much for watching this video. I hope that this was an insight of what I'm up to while I'm in Boston. I know that I haven't really been talking much about the work I was doing while I was doing my vlogs along the weeks, because I wasn't sure how much I was actually able to tell you guys. So I've checked with my boss the other day, and I'm allowed to stay broad as long as I don't choose like names or specifics except the departments, because that is kind of a public information anyway, because we're on the websites and everything. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more of work in Boston. I'm also really looking forward to the Christmas holidays. I'm going back to Europe. I haven't really shared that on social media yet, but yeah, I'll be home for Christmas with parents, grandparents, boyfriend, and yeah, I'll be in France and in Scotland. I might do a special vlog. I'm not too sure. I'm definitely not gonna film my entire time home, because it'll be family time, and I really needed time with my boyfriend, because not seeing him since June is really heartbreaking and really tough. But sorry, moment here. But yeah, it'll be nice to be back in Europe, but I'll definitely keep vlogging. Thanks for all the support. You've all been amazing. I really hope you enjoy. If you have any question about what I'm doing or anything, feel free to shoot, comment down below. And please, if you haven't, subscribe, and I'll definitely keep vlogging for you guys. So have a great weekend or a great week. Have a great time, and remember, never listen to someone who tells you not to follow your dream, and dream big and follow those big dreams.